Good morning, students. Today again we will start our same topic, Indian economic on the eve of independence. But before we will start our today's session, just recap for the last session. First, introduction, we already learnt about the what is the Indian economy condition on the eve of independence and origin of the British rule, what is the basic purpose of British rule, and low level of economic development under the colonial rule, low level of the national income at per capita income, and very important, what is the condition of the agriculture sector during the pre-British rule and British rule period. Among these, there is the some main reasons about the stagnation in the agriculture sector. We already learned about that. Land settlement system, commercialization of agriculture, low level of productivity, and scarcity of investment. Today we will start another topic that is again the very important. So what is the industrial sector, or what is the condition of the industrial sector during the British rule? So although agriculture had the dominant the Indian economy during the pre-British period, but some Indian industries producing certain special products enjoyed the worldwide reputation. India was particularly well known for its handicraft industry. Like agriculture, India could not develop a sound industrial base under the British rule. The poor state of the industrial sector during the British rule is illustrated in the following points. That is the main features of India's industrial sector on the eve of independence. So among these, first, deindustrialization, or we can say decline of handicraft industry. British government systematically destroyed Indian handicraft industry, and no modern industrial base was allowed to come up. The primary motive of British rule behind the deindustrialization was twofold. Among these, first fold is to get the raw material from India at cheap rates to be used by the upcoming modern industries in Britain. Second fold is to sell the finished products of British industries in Indian market at a higher price. The twofold policy of British rule was enforced to ensure the maximum advantage of their home country. Now, second is the adverse effect of the declining handicraft industry. So there is decline of the handicraft industry adversely affected the Indian economic in the following ways. High level of unemployment. The decline of the Indian handicraft resulted in unemployment on a mass scale. The displaced artisans were the forced to take up agriculture for their livelihood. These increased the burden of the population on village and overcrowding in agriculture. Next is the import of the finished goods. The Indian made goods could not withstand the foreign competitions of the machine made cheap goods. It encouraged the imports of the manufactured goods from Britain. And third point among the industrial sector is the lack of the capital goods industry. So capital goods industries refers to those industries which can produce machine tools which are in turn used for the producing articles of the current consumptions. During the British rule, there was hardly any capital goods industry to promote the further industrialization in India. British rules did not pay any attention for their promotion, as they always wanted Indians to be the dependent on Britain for the supply of capital goods and heavy equipment. low contribution to goods domestic gross domestic products also, and limited role of the public sector also. The limited area of the operation of the public sector was also a significant reason for drawback of the industrial sector. The public sector remained confined only to the railways, power generation, communication, ports, and some other departmental undertaking. So finally, it can be concluded that India remained backward in the industrial sector during the British rule. So some factors responsible for the declining of Indian handicrafts industry or cottage or the village industry as following. First, discriminatory tariff policy. Already we had learned about tariff. What is tariff? That is a one type of tax. The British government imposed heavy export duty on Indian goods. The raw material were exempted from export duty. At the same time, the government allowed duty-free import of foreign goods into India. This policy helped the British industry, not the Indian handicraft industry or cottage industry. Next is the competition from British goods. Low cost and the better finished British goods were imported to India on a large scale, so our goods faced stiff competition in the market. Next, loss of the international demand. European countries made law to prevent the entry of the Indian goods into their market. They imposed a heavy import duty on Indian goods, so our goods lost their international market also. Next, new pattern of demand. The middle class was influenced by the Western culture. They favored the British goods. Next, introduction of railways. The railway network helped the British to take their goods even to the interior parts of the India. Thus, Indian goods faced the competition even in the remote area. Loss of the patronage. The end of the rule of kings and nawabs resulted in the loss of the patronage to Indian handicraft. So, these are the important criteria, or that is very important ki how the industrial sector not developed in the British rule. Now today we will stop here. Tomorrow we will start again another sector, that is the foreign trade. We will start foreign trade. So have a nice day, students. Good morning, students. Today again we will start our revision series, that is the national income and its related activity. In this term, calculate the domestic income. So first you know about what is domestic income. JDDFD, NDPFC, and NPFC what? So when we are talking about the domestic income, that is the NDPFC. We have to know about that. That is our domestic income. And when we are talking about the national income, that is called NNPFC. Here we will find out the NDPFC. So calculate the domestic income. Particulars and rupees in crores is given to you. Keep in your mind that is the unit, and you have to mention the unit in the answer also. First, gross national product at market price. It means GNP is given to you rupees 58,350. Indirect taxes 2,590. Subsidies 1,540. Depreciation 1,625. Net factor income from abroad directly given to you, that is the minus 240. It means NFIFA is directly given to Now use of this data and find out the NDP-FC. Now we will start our solution. First, you have to find out what is your given to you. So what is given to you? So that is the G and P at MP is given to you. Now what is your destination point? Our destination point is our domestic income. It means NDP-FC is our destination point. So NDP-FC is our destination point. So as per the maths rule, first we have to write down the whatever you can find out NDP-FC equal to left side. Now what is given to you? You have to write down at the first. Up. What is the situation? You just go here to here, here to here, and here to here. But for this, first you have to know what is the scenario, what is the actual position when you are going to cross to net, MP to FC, and national to domestic. First, here gross to net. So when we are going to gross to net, it means minus depreciation. Now listen. When we are going to national to domestic, so what is this? NEET or NFIFA? When we are going to national to domestic, that is minus NFIFA. Next, last P product remain constant in each element. Now MP to FC. When we are going to MP to FC, it means minus NEET. You can see here NEET directly is not given to you. So first you elaborate your formula GNP MP minus depreciation minus NFIFA minus what is the formula of NEET? So indirect taxes minus subsidy. Indirect taxes minus subsidies. Now just put the value in the formula. First GNP MP here 58,350. 58,350. What is depreciation? So depreciation 1625. 1625. Now NFIFA is given at the minus sign. So just 240 minus IT minus subsidy. Indirect taxes minus subsidy. It means 2590. It means 2,590 minus 1,540. Now just solve it. First, as per the maths rule, we open the bracket. 1,625 plus 240 minus, what is the answer? 2,590 minus 1,540. It should be the 1050. It means 1,050. Clear? Now again, just open the bracket. Now, as per the maths rule, minus plus, but sign should be the minus, and plus. So first we will do this minus plus. So 58,350 plus 240. Now 1625 plus 1625 plus 1050. So 5762. So answer is 2,675. Clear? Now first add of these two. 58,000. So 58,350 plus 240. It should be 9558. So 58,590 minus 2675. Now we will minus it. So 58,590 In the sum directly, sometimes directly not given to you what you are find out GDP, NNPFC, NDPFC. You just assume that the domestic income is given to you. To what is domestic income? So the NDPFC is your domestic income and NNPFC is your national income. So over and out for this video. Have a nice day.